players that can just go in for you, like start the fight.
Yep.
Yeah, this gives him a fast-paced tempo hero. You're not just about Magnus RP.
Draft is way better this game.
Strong.
Okay, but they also need something like a Tinker as well. Like, they have a lot of weaknesses in their
They
draft
might get
right
like
now.
an Ember then, because then he's got the initiation and also like some AoE clear against.
Ember against Tiny is so terrible out of the lane.
Is a bad lane?
Okay.
Yeah, you get like denied everything. You actually can't last it. It's
Okay.
impossible.
No, because I do like if the lane is fine. Like I feel Ember loses every lane, so if he just loses a little, it's okay.
What about Kunkka?
Yeah, I would Kunkka or with Dragon Knight.
Yeah, Kunkka, Dragon Knight, or Tinker. Tinker's really slow though.
Yeah, that's my problem. I wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Go now.
Waiting. It's got 5 seconds, Black. You're fine. There's some big smiles on VG's faces.
Yeah,
Oh,
I feel
wow.
like they've
So-
had a good draft.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
It's not bad, but it feels very awkward.
This hero felt good when the Magnus was there. It's like the only way to start a fight because
Yeah.
it's so hard to play Magnus, but they've also got the Tiny now. I mean, those blinks can definitely be somewhat.
That hero is
countered by
very
the
good
Venom.
versus everyone except Terrorblade in this
Yeah.
game. Like it's very hard to play Bane and Shadow Shaman versus like you're just running through wards, and it's kind of similar with Magnus. You can do like go some Crimson Pipe build on Magnus, which I don't think Secret can out damage that right now. So that's probably what it should be doing.
Yeah, I feel like if they get a Crimson Guard, they actually have very little damage.
Okay, let's get some predictions, Black.
I gotta go for VG this time. I think the draft is just
Your boys.
way better all around.
All right. Do we
Yep.
get the ultimate setup here? Does the former Team Secret player go for Team Secret? No.
No, I'm gonna go with VG. I like their draft better. I don't know that much about Venomancer, but I don't like it.
Just 1 second, David. What was that sniffing about? Yeah.
Sniffing?
Sniffing it out?
My thinking.
Gods, have you been given any help by the professional players on the panel?
Nah, these guys are on a panel for a reason.
Alright.
I'm gonna go with Secret.
Brilliant.
I believe
Okay,
in
I
Yapster
like it.
Shaker. I
Alright.
think. Oh, Yapster's not even playing Shaker, so
Okay.
maybe not.
Nice one.
Zai Shaker. I believe in Zai
Zai's
Shaker.
now on the Shaker, so David now believes in Zai
Yeah, sure, I
on the
believe in
Shaker.
Shaker.
It's all good. It's under
It works
control
in
here
one way.
right now.
Yeah.
Let's bring in our commentary team. Gents, it was a tough old game for Vici, but a better draft second time round. Do you think they've got a better chance now?
Definitely a lot to prove. They've got the Terrorblade now, so we'll
Yes.
see how strong this hero actually is if Vici can make it look good, right?
Well, we're just going to game 3, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Two
exactly.
smart people on the panel going with Terrorblade. I mean,
Two smart people? What, me and Black? Or me and Gods?
It's
Sorry,
me.
Paul.
It's me, guys. I'm 2 people.
you're not included. You're out of
All
this
right,
one.
gents, take it away.
All right, thanks a lot. I'm excited to see this Venomancer, though. It's a hero we haven't seen too
Yeah.
much. What do you think? Is that the right pick
It's-
in this situation?
It's one of the heroes they picked for Nisha. The guy can play more than Morph and Terrorblade.
Good to
Believe
know.
it or not,
Yeah.
yeah, it is handy. Guy been looking like a real superstar as of late, and this is like a totally different hero compared to how you kind of you read him on this Morph and TV, right? It's like this
Yeah.
big, hard farmer, all this damage in these fights, and Aveno is just kind of like a utility hero almost, right? It gives a lot of vision in the fights. It's got this annoying damage over time. It's kind of like a save the lane kind of hero to make sure you're
Right.
not just gonna get like run over by some hero. So it's different. It's unique. But I do kind of have to agree with the general sentiment of like, man, that VG lineup does look pretty good.
It's pretty nasty. I'm really curious how this mid lane's going to go as well. I like that 5th pick Tiny for Vici.
Yeah, he snuck right in there. That was an excellent snag there from ROTK. He was looking very confident when he picked that one up. You know, he's clapping, he's giving another cherry. He's like, all right, boys, I got you a Tiny at the end of the draft. What more can I do for you? Pretty much nothing, I would say.
Puppy once again going to be taking his axe here. Could see an early skirmish. Vici invading the enemy territory. They've gotten a couple wards down.
30 seconds.
They're being very cautious here. Might not be a skirmish after all.
So we've seen quite a few of these core shakers. This is probably the least core of the core shakers. It's Zai. It seems like Zai.
Now,
ends
what
up
does
with
that
less
mean,
farm.
sir?
Well, it means that Zai ends up getting less farm than our other offense. Like when Boxy was doing it, he's been given a full lane for like 15 minutes.
That
and
felt like
no
a position
one came
1
there.
shaker
Yeah, it was-
almost.
I kind of expect Zai to be a little bit more active, or at least to be harassed a bit more. But who knows? Maybe he'll get just as much space. Maybe he'll be able to go straight for the Aghanim Scepter, much like we saw from Boxy.
Yep.
But we'll have to wait and see here.
There's definitely some potential with the Skywrath Axe combo for the Yapsor
Yeah.
Puppy duo. And we talked about Rubik Axe last game. This is a slightly different flavor, but still a lot of aggressive potential between those two.
So VG scared of the lanes, and then they shifted it to the matchups that they wanted, it looks like, because that's why Secret ended up getting 3 out of the 4 runes to kick off this game. And Shaker in a 1v1 versus another melee hero is pretty nice, but Magnus will say the same thing. Plus, Zai committed for the Fisher level 1 so that he could block off his wave. Kind of heads through that just in case he ends up getting tri-laned or something like that, so it's understandable, but it means it's going to give a little bit of an edge to Yang in the 1v1 matchup to start.
I think we'll likely see that top lane be pretty quiet. Mid, Tiny versus PL, also likely to be a melee farm fest.
Yeah.
It's this bottom lane where we're going to keep most of our focus. A try-on-try, relatively rare in this meta. Fade already taking some damage. Yapsor on the back line was harassment. No clarities on Yapsor though, so limited in how much pressure he can put on in these first couple waves.
Yeah, you think about Axe Skywrath as this duo where they constantly harass a single hero. There's Battle Hunger and Mystic Flares over and over, contested shots, Arcane Bolts, whatever you got. But when it's 3 heroes, it's kind of weird. Like, you can only fully focus on one, and if that person moves out of range, then you kind of have like 2 more full HP heroes, and I don't know, it gets a little awkward. Like, you don't really have the same amount of resources to bully and pressure.
Not sure which tri-lane I actually favor here, though. I think both of them are less than ideal in terms of tri-lane scenarios.
I'll favor the tri-lane that didn't get their pull camp blocked.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yapsor just gets a pull off here, and Fade will be able to stop the pull over from the hard camp, though. So in that case, it ends up being kind of fine, because now it's going to push all the way up to the dire tier 1 after.
A little rough for this Shadow Shaman here. He takes a Battle Hunger, and Puppy's going to take that opportunity to chase him down. We get in a couple of right clicks. Yapsor also on the way over. There's an Ether Shock to try to do some damage to that Skywrath. DY, he does have a Brain Sap. No, another Battle Hunger going to be up in just a second here. Puppy gets it off onto Fade, and now with that movement speed, he's going to see how far he can chase.
Nah, he's got to look at stick. There's no way he dies. He might be able to force him to pop the stick.
Nope, not even. A little bit close, but Fade knows his limit.
Stone Cold Fade. Love it. Look at that guy.
No panic. Meanwhile, mid, Tiny has picked up a double damage rune, so unfortunately for mid one.
Hey, this wasn't bad enough already.
Yeah, that's about as lucky as it gets there for the Tony. That's still relatively even. PL doing a pretty good job last hitting through it. Back to this bottom lane, Yapsor. A little bit low, but continuing to put some damage into. Venomous Gale does connect onto Paparazzi. He'll give him the opportunity to follow up with more damage. Force out the stick. Of course, no kill, but Secret winning the damage exchange right now.
Oh, there we go. Trade right back.
Isha trading some right clicks.
Oh,
Yapsor might go down. He's going to fall first, but now Puppy's in the fray. They should be able to get this kill on Fade to make it a 1-for-1. First blood did go the way of Paparazzi. That Terrorblade finding some bonus gold.
This first meta is so important too. You don't want to use it just on like the first wave like you typically do as TB. He's kind of been holding on to it to try and find some kill opportunities. So he gets that. He's going to be able to use it to secure some range creep denies as well. There's a couple ranged last hits right at the start of that meta too. So
up top here, a little bit of a difficult lane for Zai. Magnus getting the better of it. It's not terrible,
sure.
but about 50% up on Zai right now.
Once the level starts stacking up, it'll go in favor of Zai.
Back
just
down
because that
bottom.
early Fisher really hurt him.
DY in a little bit too deep. He'll be the first one to fall in this exchange. Shackles onto Puppy. They'll fall short. Both supports for Vici. Not looking good.
Yeah.
Fade caught by the Berserker's Call and will end up being a double.
So let's look at the cooldowns of the Radiant tri-lane. There's pretty much none. Meanwhile, you're playing for this dire one, and you got another 100 seconds until meta's back up. The threat being gone is very nice for Team Secret. They can just play the lane completely differently compared to when he has the meta ready and available. There's no aggressive offense, really, for Vici Gaming.
21-second cooldown on Venomous Gale. That's the bottleneck they have to work with.
Oh my goodness.
I know, it's big. I guess the mana on Venomancer is a bigger issue, but no points in Plague Ward. Going for the Poison Sting Gale build right now.
Yeah, I think double range supports, even the Shadow Shaman's a little bit lower, it's not going to be worth it. Like, until they're level 3, they don't do anything. It's going to be giving you almost no value in the lane.
Top, Yang, Zai and Yang going at it, but the tower going to help out Zai, and that secures the kill. The lane that was going in favor of Magnus will now shift to that Earthshake.
Oh, this is such a 6-stat. This is like the dream Shaker game. You never get to play this core Shaker anymore. This is going to be such a good time.
DY again, he gets hit by a Venomous Gale. He's up on the high ground while his teammates are down low. I don't know if we can call that one space created.
I don't know if you can call them teammates.
Dominating streak for Nisha.
Left him alone up there. Ori comes up top to the boundary rune to contest. Bottles, kills Zai. Gets out of there with Thief in the Night.
Pretty value rotation for the Tiny.
Yeah, very much so.
That'll be his power tread secured now. But also a little bit of space for mid one to get some more last hits. So silver lining for Secret. 5-2, definitely going better for Vici this game than the last.
Ooh, Ori's coming back with an Empower though.
Yeah, that's true. #1 on net worth by a big margin. Could end up being a fast blink dagger for Ori. Fade trying to make a rotation into the mid. They've got the Hex into Avalanche. Mid one now caught by the Shackles, but a TP from Axe. Puppey connects on two, the Berserker's Call, and they'll be able to turn it around on Fade. Great rotation from the Red.
Meanwhile, under the tower, up top, it's Zai.
And he gets the kill.
Yeah, use the Echo. Dove him right under. You can't come back to this lane either. Even with the Echo being down, it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah.
Maybe he can go for a kill with RP. That's pretty much his best bet. We have the meta back and available on the bottom lane, so DY could think about wrapping around with a Nightmare or something, but honestly, even if you get the kill with the meta, it still doesn't really feel that great.
It doesn't necessarily fix the lane. DY again, caught by a Venomous Gale. Brain Sap might buy him a little bit of time. Berserker's Call from Puppey. Now the Nightmare comes out and they will finish off the Bane.
That's a Tiny though.
Rotation, they should be able to finish off the Yapsor. There's the toss-up. Make it a 1-for-1. Puppey heading deep into enemy territory with no TP.
The Courier? Puppey.
He might be able to snag it here.
Oh, Puppey. Oh, I like how he held that tree for so long, too.
Vulnerability, and it's going to end up being another easy kill for Ori. Puppey hoping for a deny, but can't quite get it.
Honestly, the fact that Courier lived is kind of more important. There's quite a bit on there. Kuala was on there, I believe, for Nisha.
I feel like there's a lot of pressure on this Tiny right now. He's off to a great start, but he needs to keep up this momentum.
It's a nice game, though. There's quite a few little squishy heroes to pick on early on.
Yeah, the early blink would actually be pretty devastating.
That's a level 3 Shao Shao getting run down under a tower here. Gets called. And Fade 0.
Yeah, going to be another easy one. They have pulled a full lane rotation, though. This tri-lane will be abandoned. Paparazzi's now up top, currently farming the jungle. While mid one in some trouble against Ori. We'll be able to doppelganger back, but DY's there. There'll be a brain sap for a kill as Bane finally gets one up on the scoreboard. 9-5, but Vici are the ones with the net worth advantage right now.
And even though that tri-lane, the kill's not favoring the side of Vici Gaming, the farm did. It's 400 gold lead inside that Venomancer. The two supports suffering Fortune, and the Bane and the Shao Shaman. In fact, their levels also suffering quite a bit. And not too great when you're playing the Shaman, but because it's a Terrorblade, he'll head to the jungle, and he'll give up some of that lane space to his supports.
What do you make of this deep ward here from DI, Trent? 8 minutes in, not very common to see a ward on that deep plateau near the tier 2s.
It's definitely good for someone like a Tiny who wants to be running around this map with like Blink Dagger and stuff, because you can see where the supports are rotating to see like which lanes they're trying to like cover and bait and stuff. Like he's watching just right now, Yapsor kind of floating through the area. He's also a Courier Sniper too. It's pretty easy with a Tiny, so having these deep wards can be really nice when you're playing this hero.
Okay. Zai, oh, he's got a slam, not even going to need it. That'll be a freebie onto Yang as he tries to walk up to the high ground.
Ward didn't help. He saw this guy coming for a bit of help.
And Aghanim Scepter going to be that first item on the Earthshaker. We saw it yesterday with Boxy. That seems to be a pretty solid build when you have a start like this on the Shaker.
Yeah, what messes with it this game? Not much. There's no real roots or anything, so it's just your typical stuns. So decent free reign for him in this one.
Yapsor in a pretty aggressive position. There's harassment onto Paparazzi, who's trying to stack these Ancients, and he will not get it off.
Yeah, it kind of messed up DY being in the area.
Actually, a victory for Yapsor there. How's Magnus doing? Brown Boots bottle, only 800 gold towards that Blink Dagger. 0-3-0. Definitely been a tough game for Yang so far.
Not sure where you go right now for Team Secret. Like this question of Zai, is the Blink better than the... like the Blink is good because it lets him get going a little bit quicker, but who's going to be ready? If he were to buy the Blink first, then the PL's still not really going to be ready to go. He had kind of a rough laning stage. He needs to farm up. Venomancer wants to stay planted. Well, up in the air, out of the ground, is your boy Zai.
Another double damage there on Ori.
That's
also
the
the Blink Dagger
reveal.
reveal. Yep. So, as we say, you get one. There it is.
Yeah, but when it's a Tiny, it's like, you get more than one because you can't just like avoid waves forever. This guy is going to find you in the trees. You know?
I guess it's more, you get one where you're caught completely surprised. But
it's true.
Absolutely. And now, oop, he's going to find another. Okay. I was wrong, Trent. He gets two. He gets two. These double damage runes, man. Ori has really been fortunate. Now he gets into a regen.
Yeah, Ori's on point this game. A very good time.
I mean, honestly, I think he played very well in the first game. It was a tough match all around, but the TA did have a pretty strong presence by far did the most damage.
He
to the team.
certainly had the best game of his team.
Yes,
Definitely not the best game of his life.
certainly not. Some defense here in the mid lane.
And Zai has committed in here too. He fought out with that Ogre X, so will indeed go all the way, not going to be able to step off for that Blink Dagger.
I'll put to sleep. Magnus does have an RP here. Skewer into the tower. Follow-up RP. Fade TP's in.
Oh, there could be a dunk here, but yeah, okay.
They'll have
full
the crowd
control.
controls. Yep,
Not
BG was
gonna
ready
flip
for
it.
that. Not rolling the dice. Very nice. Mid one just making progress towards that diffusal blade. He's been very quiet so far, just as you would suspect. Working on some ancient. He's found his level 10. All three of the cores for Secret are doing okay right now. Nobody jumping ahead of the pack, but very even farm distribution compared to what BG has. Right now, that tiny far ahead.
Yeah, but to be fair, the Mag's kind of close to those Secret heroes, and then the other two are just ahead of them.
He
so
is
it-
catching
it's
up.
not exactly a great scenario here.
Yeah, well, that's the disparity in the supports.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think one issue I see in this, it kind of feels like last game where Secret really had to get rolling in the lanes for things to look super good for them. I mean, again, it's not over or anything, just like it wasn't over for Vici, but it was kind of on a downward spiral, and again, it looks the same way.
On top, they'll catch Zai. They don't kill him immediately, though. Blink forward, Skewer into a dunk on 3.
That was ambitious.
Zai, he has a lot of return damage, but can't find any kills. Unfortunately, no follow-up from his team.
It's so tempting. You're like, 4 heroes, I can do this, but Fade, very nice with the Hex.
Mid lane, Puppy looking for a Berserker's Call, doesn't quite find it as Ori clears out illusions. Hasted Terrorblade there, so Venomous Gale not going to be too effective. Meanwhile, up top,
They're sending mid one to try and deal with the snakes.
yep, they've
Power of the PL right there.
really just given mid one a little bit extra cash there. A little birthday present.
So just like Tombstone, same reasoning with PL. Just create all these illusions. You're very good at taking down the snakes. I think there was virtually no question. I mean, the second round of bannings ended, and Morph had been banned, and TB was picked. They didn't address the other Nisha hero and the other counter, at least to most players, for the PL versus the TV. It kind of became obvious. I think that VG were very ready for it, right? They set up with the Shaman. The second the PL gets picked, they instantly pick Magnus. They're like, okay, yeah, they know what they're going to be playing here for Team Secret.
Oh, DY, he dove under his tower. Puppy will get put inside of a Nightmare, but sharing is caring.
They're
The
smoked
illusion
up
will
here.
take it off.
They have another blink to reveal.
It's the Magnus, he gets the RP, Skewer back. Looks like a great setup as now Paparazzi lays in the damage. They kill Nisha first, Puppy on the run. Might still be able to make it out, Yang. Does not have a Skewer, but it's just too much damage from Paparazzi.
Yeah, ideally he gets mid one there, that would have been great, but he would have had a Skewer and then blink, and then there's not enough time for Paparazzi to close the gap. Oh,
Ori almost catches Zai, hits him with the Avalanche, but it's a nice fissure the other way. Mid one goes back in, forced the Doppelganger back. Definitely don't want to fight into that meta. Still got a third duration remaining. Vici won't be able to find any
They're
more.
just pinging bottom here, and Faye just lurking like 20 more seconds. I can kill this. Puppy will show up here.
Puppy also now low.